Hello, my friend, and welcome to the Intuitive Entrepreneur channel. My name is Megan Monique. Make sure that you subscribe here because I'm posting video content that's going to help you shape your offer and get your first sale. On August 13th, I'm leading a live workshop where I'm taking you through all 8 of these components so that you have a full understanding of the big picture. But in these videos, I'm going through the steps one by one so I can talk about them a little bit more in depth with you. So I'll include the link to that workshop in the description for this video if you want to join me. But if not, that's totally fine. You can join me for free here on YouTube and we'll talk about all the ins and outs of making your first sale as an intuitive entrepreneur. Now, even if you have signed a client before, you've made a sale, somebody's bought a reading from you, somebody's booked a session, that doesn't mean that this conversation doesn't apply to you, because it's one thing to make a sale one time, and it's another thing to have an ongoing operating business where you have regular sales coming in on a regular basis. And there's a lot of components involved in that. And I feel like the biggest component is your mindset. It's how you feel as you're operating your business. And as solopreneurs, there are so many thoughts of doubt that can creep in and that can stop us in our tracks. We post one video and we don't get the views or the tractions that we want, and we feel like it's not going to work, like we're not doing it. But what you guys don't see is that behind the scenes of all of these larger businesses who are making thousands of dollars a month, who have hundreds of people in their community, they're struggling with similar things. You just don't see that because nobody talks about it. On social media, everybody's sharing the best parts of what they're doing. And so you don't get that behind the scenes look at what is going on. And I promise to always be real and transparent with you. It is hard. It is hard to build a digital business. It is hard to continuously not only market your business and generate sales, but then you're also the practitioner where you're showing up and you're delivering the service. So the best thing that you can do for yourself always is to really know who you are, how you show up, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what rhythms and cycles work for you, because it's unrealistic to think that 365 days out of the year, you're going to be in the zone, on fire, getting it all done, moving things forward. You're going to have days and you're going to have weeks in there where you can't pick yourself up off the floor, or where you're feeling really discouraged, or where the path forward feels foggy and murky and unclear. And that is a completely normal part of the process. The goal is that you have the tools and resources and support system that you need, that when you get to that place, you can give yourself the space you need to understand what's going on, and that when that inspiration and motivation returns to you, because it always will, that you have things in place that you can easily just pick up where you left off and begin again. It's not a throw this in the trash and never touch it again. A lot of times we're working on things in cycles over time. So the video that is on my channel right before this one is about crafting your offer. I encourage you to go watch that. It really touches on if you are someone who changes their mind a lot about what they want to offer and that keeps you from shaping your offer. I dive into how to approach that so that you can set yourself up for success as you're building these offers inside of your business. And then we also go through the things that you need to consider as you are building that offer. So how much does it cost? What problem is it solving for your client? How many spots are available? What do they get when they sign up? Who is this offer for? Who is this offer not? Who is this offer not for? So in that video, we'll dive into all of those things. But today I want to talk to you about receiving and accepting payments. So if you aren't using any kind of software at all, but you have a business and you're selling a service, whether it's readings or appointments or one-on-one sessions over Zoom or in person, you're going to have some way to receive payment. And some of you may have a brick and mortar space, or maybe you're renting out a space where you can provide in-person services. But I specifically want to talk about online digital businesses for the purpose of this conversation. And this still applies to you if you're doing in-person services, because you have to be able to receive payment, but you also have the opportunity to accept cash in that place. And if you're online, you don't have that option. So bare minimum, let's say you have your offer, you know what you're charging, even if you don't have a sales page on a website, but maybe you're just making posts on social media, and then you have a link in your bio where people can sign up, or you encourage people to direct message you. And when they do, that's when you can share the payment link. So you can bare minimum have a Venmo business account. And that gives you a QR code, that gives you a username, like a handle that people can put in to pay you. Not everybody has Venmo, so that may be something that you run into, in which case I would say also create a PayPal account, because if you have a PayPal account, you can create payment links inside of PayPal. And when you create a payment link, it allows you to add the title of the service, a description of the service, the price of the service. Sometimes in your PayPal account, it will allow you to have payment plans that they can use if it's a higher priced item. So those are the two options I would start with. Venmo is probably the easiest one to create and exchange, but that's not going to work for everybody. And so the backup option would be PayPal, so that you can create payment buttons and links and easily send those for people to sign up. And then it also allows you to track your orders a little bit, because you can see in the transactions which orders have come through, and you can mark whether they are fulfilled or not fulfilled. The third option, in my opinion, would be Stripe. Stripe is great. It's a free account to set up. You link it to your bank accounts, and then I think for every transaction, it's about a 3% charge. PayPal has a fee as well. Venmo Business, anywhere that you go is going to have a payment processing fee. Some are more than others. Most of them reside around 3%. And then depending on which service you sign up with, some of them have higher price tiers that give you access to more features in their software. And when you have a higher price tier, sometimes the payment processing fee will be less. Stripe, I believe, is one of those places. The cool thing about Stripe is that you can create payment links the same way, and you can have payment plans, and PayPal will also let you invoice. So you can invoice in Stripe if that feels easier for you, or if you like that process more of selling, where instead of just sharing a link, you're emailing an invoice to them that they can pay from. On the invoice, you can add your logo, your business information. You can often change the colors and the formatting so that it looks like more of your branding. So if you don't have a website or a payment processor, and that's what you are using, then being able to send a branded invoice is a step in the right direction, because you don't have the website and everything that reflects your business and your services, but you do have the digital invoice that has your branding on it, your colors, and it looks more professional and official. So you can do that with PayPal, and then you can also do that with Stripe. Another benefit of having Stripe is that when you use Stripe to create your payment links, they are connected with Klarna and possibly Afterpay. I can't remember if they're connected with Affirm, but that allows you to have your services listed, and the user can then decide, okay, I can't do the payment plan, I can't sign up at full price, but I do have an account with Klarna or Affirm or something like that, and it allows you to use that with Stripe. So it gives your customer more options for their payment plan, and you get paid the same way out of that. So you receive your payment up front no matter what. Outside of those things, the next one that I would recommend is Square. You can create a free account with Square. This is where we're getting a little bit more robust. So Venmo is the simplest. PayPal and Stripe will offer similar things like payment links, invoices, stuff like that, fulfilling your order, maybe some minor branding options. But now as we get to Square, that's where their software offers a lot more than just payment processing. They started with just payment processing, but I think now you can even send out marketing emails through their system. You can definitely do payment links and invoices. You can even order the device where people can pay you in person. Square will also have payment processing fees, and I don't know what the details of those are. I think they do have different tiers depending on what level of service you have with their software. And honestly, I need to update myself on Square, because if I had to guess, you probably have the option to create some kind of web page in there now at this point as well. And then this is where we get into actually building out your website in order to have the payment links and to have a sales page and to have more of a digital web presence. You don't have to do this. You can sell without a website. There's smaller sites that you can use to at least have a digital presence, but if you are looking to create a payment link and you're looking to build your website, Wix, Squarespace are some of the more obvious places to go, but I actually have two others that are my favorite. So one is Go High Level, but it is incredibly robust. If you know that at some point you want to build a community, you're going to be sending weekly emails to your nurture list, you're going to build out a robust website, you want to have invoicing, you want to have a booking calendar, you want to use a social scheduler. Inside of Go High Level, it has all of those things. And there literally is not another software that you can pay that price point for to get everything that it has to offer. So if you're interested, well, please let me know because I do have the hookup with that and I'd love to hook you up with it. It is what I use for my own personal site. It also has a lot of variation. You can build out the page yourself, forms yourself, quizzes, surveys. They have templates that you can use. And recently they integrated a new builder inside of Go High Level. And when I say that it is amazing, it is an understatement. Like, I've been a web designer for a long time and I've sat behind the computer for hours and hours at a time building websites. And now it has the A builder where you can put in your copy, you can tell it the colors, you can give it the aesthetic, and it builds out an incredibly beautiful web page for you right off the start. And there's only like minor stuff that needs to change after you have that high level because it just gives me so much options. But if you don't have cash flow coming in and you need something that is like very little cost, then you want to start with like Venmo, you want to start with PayPal, you want to start with Stripe because it's nothing out of pocket and it only takes money from you as you're processing each transaction. So don't feel like you have to start with the best software. You can start where you're at and you can always develop your online presence later with the tools that you need when you're ready. Because these are ongoing monthly charges whenever you sign up for a Squarespace account or a Wix account or a Go account. Okay, and the last one that I want to mention is another one of my favorites. It is more on the scale of simplicity, kind of. So stan.store is a really awesome software and it works well with Meta for sure. Instagram, sometimes when you click the link in bio, and even on LinkedIn, it does this where it'll be like, you're leaving LinkedIn, you're leaving Instagram, worry, because Instagram wants you to stay on their app. Stan.store works with, so whenever you have a Stan.store, you can't actually use your own professional domain. So I couldn't have meganmonique.com and it go to my Stan.store. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. However, my Stan.store address is stan.store / so you can still personalize it on the after the /, but that is part of why Instagram deems it safe. I'm assuming they have some sort of partnership with Stan.store. So if you are promoting largely on Instagram, Stan.store is a wonderful thing to use. I say that it's simple because they do have a $29 package and it gives you access to a lot of things. What is simple about it is the setup process. So if I were building something out in Squarespace or Wix, it's a little bit more of a tedious process where you're building out a full page. It's all the copy, it's all the content, it's all the images, it's the buttons, it's everything. In Stan.store, their layouts are very limited. It's like an image, a header, description text, button, and then whatever information you want to collect from the buyer as they sign up. So I found there was a period of time when I was experiencing a lot of resistance when I was going to build a new web page or I was going to put together my website. Like, it just felt so overwhelming and I didn't have any clarity. Stan.store is where I went because I didn't have to think too much about the design. Like, you choose a theme and you can adjust the colors or whatever, but I just chose a theme that was easiest for me. And then if I had a new offer, all I had to put in was the title, the description, the price, and boom, it's ready to go. Where if I did that on Wix or Go High Level or Squarespace, it's going to take me more time to put that together. So I do actually use both right now. I'm using Stan.store to process my orders and I'm using build out pages, but I'm really only doing that because the builder is amazing. And I've also been using Claude Code to build web pages and they are spectacular. That's another conversation for another day. So I think my advice to you would be if you don't have cash flow coming in and you're looking for a way to accept payments from customers now, either go with Venmo, PayPal, or Stripe because it's free to set up. You can still collect money. In PayPal or Stripe, you can set up professional invoicing that has your branding on it and that feels more legit. Or you can also create payment links. And I believe with the payment links, you can attach an image and either a title or a brief description to that. So I would start there if you don't have cash flow coming in. And if you do have money to spend and you're investing in a software and you're like, I don't have the time, capacity, or interest in building out a full website for myself or a full sales page for my offer, but I know I want something digitally to represent what I'm doing, I would encourage you to go to Stan.store. I love it. Simple to use, intuitive interface. The app is also really wonderful and it notifies you of every sale that comes in. You can set up your lead magnet there too. So even if you aren't making sales, but you have a free PDF or a free video course or something that you're sharing, Stan.store supports all of that. I love it. Okay, I'm going to add the link in the description. It is my affiliate link if you want to join and check it out. But hands down, like that would be the easiest place to go if you do want some sort of website type presence. If you just want invoicing and payment links, Stripe, Mo, and PayPal. And then if you want a more robust website where you're like investing in the future of your business, you have the monthly cash to spend, you want a full web presence, you want to be able to build out a full sales page for your program, maybe you want to have courses, a community, all of those things, then Go High Level is going to be where that can be optimized. Now, Stan.store does also offer a community space. They offer workflows. You can do email marketing in there. It has a lot more that you can do with Stan.store if you like being in there and you want to be in there. The price difference, I think, for the smallest package is $29, and then the larger package is $99 a month. And that's the one that I've signed up for, and it has all the bells and whistles. You can also do reoccurring memberships where if you're trying to enroll people in some kind of a monthly subscription, it gives you that option. So that's my breakdown on creating payment links for your offer. I just wanted to give you a recap of each of those places and where you would start if you're super new, super beginning, or you don't have money to spend, what the middle ground might be, and then what the most professional space and direction to head in would be. So I hope that this information has helped you. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about creating content every day that supports your offer and what type of topics related to your offer you can cycle through so that you don't have to wonder or guess, what should I post? You'll have that answer easily because there's a system and a process that you can follow. Is it the only way? No. Is it the best way? I don't know. Is it the right way? No. It is what has worked for me and it's what I've seen other people do. I've worked on a lot of small teams, startups, businesses that are making over $1 million a year, and this is what we've also implemented for them. So I just want to share that knowledge with you. Make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. This is becoming a podcast, Intuitive Entrepreneurs, and then there will also be a community, Intuitive Entrepreneurs Learning Lab, where you'll have access to education like this on an ongoing basis, including live support and classes that will be available through me as well. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I would love to hear from you because the more questions that you ask, the more I will know how to direct this conversation to support you best. My goal is to get you making sales in your intuitive business. Okay. So I hope that you have an awesome day and I will see you soon. And thanks for being here.